हेलो एवरीवन। इस वीडियो में हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं वेक्टर अलजेब्रा जेई मेंस क्वेश्चंस। ओके, दैट इज अवर पार्ट नंबर 2 ऑफ 2019 PYQs. Question number 1, we have the vector equation of a plane which passes through line of intersection of planes x plus y plus z equal to 1 and 2x plus 3y plus 4z is equal to 5, which is also perpendicular to the given plane x minus 5 plus z is equal to 0. Okay, equation of a plane which passes through line of intersection of given two planes, that is what, p1 plus lambda p2 is equal to 0 we can write, which means we are getting 2x plus 3y plus 4z and minus of 5 plus lambda times we are getting x plus y plus z and minus of 1 equal to 0. Okay, if I'm going to simplify, यहाँ पे आ जाएगा हमारे पास x कॉमन, दैट मीन्स 2 प्लस लैम्डा, y कॉमन विच मीन्स 3 प्लस लैम्डा प्लस ऑफ z एंड 4 प्लस लैम्डा माइनस 5 माइनस लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू 0. ओके, गिवन दैट कि दिस इक्वेशन ऑफ प्लेन इज परपेंडिकुलर टू x minus y plus z equal to 0, which means dot product of direction ratio is equal to 0. Okay, dot product is what, 0, which means what we are getting, 2 plus lambda get multiplied with 1, 3 plus lambda get multiplied with minus of 1 and 4 plus lambda get multiplied with 1 is equal to 0. So we are getting 2 plus lambda minus 3 minus lambda and plus 4 plus lambda is equal to 0. 1 lambda and lambda cancel out, so we are getting minus 1 plus lambda and plus of 4 equal to 0. That gives lambda is equal to minus of 3. Substitute lambda equal to minus 3 in our plane equation. So what we are getting answer, minus of x, okay, minus of x, 3 minus 3 0 plus of z, and we are getting minus of 2 equal to 0, which means we can write what, x minus z and plus of 2 equal to 0. If I have to write this one in vector form, which means r vector I cap minus k cap and plus of 2 equal to 0 we have, which is our option number 3. Okay, मूव करता है क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 पे. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 हमारे पास है a vector is given, that is 3 I cap plus 2 j cap plus x k cap, and b vector we have, that is equal to I cap minus j cap plus k cap for some real value of x. Then a cross b of magnitude is equal to r, possible if 4 values of r is given different. Okay, so our target is what, we have to find a cross b first. So if I'm going to find a cross b, we have I cap, j cap, k cap, 3, 2, x and 1 minus 1 and 1. Okay, which means we are getting I cap as 2 plus x minus of j cap 3 minus x and plus of k cap, that we are getting minus of 3 minus 2. Okay, so we have 2 plus x I cap plus x minus 3 j cap and minus of 5 k cap as a vector cross b vector. Now we will take magnitude of this one. So magnitude of a cross b, we are getting root over 2 plus x whole square, x minus 3 whole square and plus of 25. Okay, use a plus b whole square formula and a minus b whole square formula. We are getting 4 plus x square plus 4x plus x square plus 9 minus 6x and plus of 25, which means we are getting 2x square minus 2x and plus of 25 plus 13. 25 plus 13 is what, 38 we are getting here. Okay, so 2x square minus 2x and plus of 38, that is our r. they are saying कि some value of r we have to find, that means maximum and minimum value of this quadratic equation we need. Okay, so यहाँ से अपन क्या करते हैं, 2 को कॉमन लेते हैं, तो if we are going to take 2 common, so we are getting root 2 outside, and then we have x square minus x and plus of 19. Now create the perfect square inside, so we are getting root 2 x square minus x plus 1 by 4 and minus of 1 by 4 plus 19. Okay, so we have root 2 root over x minus 1 by 2 whole square and plus 19 minus 1 by 4 we have, that we are getting 75 by 4. Okay, 75 by 4. So obviously कि this thing is always greater than equal to root over 75 by 4. Okay, always greater than equal to root over 75 by 4, which means we are getting r is always greater than equal to root 2 multiply with root over 75 by 2. यानी कि r is always greater than equal to root over 75 by root 2. Okay ना, root over 75 by root 2, or say root over 75 we can write what, 25 multiply with 3, which means 5 root 3 by root 2. So we are getting r as greater than equal to 5 root 3 by root 2. 5 root 3 by root 2, which means option number 4 is our correct answer for this question. Okay, मूव करते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 पे. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 हमारे पास है कि लेट अल्फा इज इक्वल टू 3 i कैप प्लस j कैप and beta we have, that is 2 i cap minus j cap plus 3 k cap. One relation is given that beta is equal to, beta vector is equal to beta 1 vector minus beta 2 vector, and beta 1 vector is parallel to alpha vector, which means we can write what, beta 1 vector is equal to some lambda times alpha vector. Okay, beta 1 vector is equal to lambda times alpha vector we can write. Okay, because parallel we have. In the second line we have beta 2 is perpendicular to alpha, which implies what, beta 2 vector dot alpha vector is equal to 0. Okay, so if you observe one thing, we have beta 2 dot alpha. Okay, and beta 1 also we have in the term of lambda alpha, and alpha value we have, alpha vector we have, beta vector also we have, so we can take dot product with alpha. So if I'm going to take dot product with alpha, I'll get alpha vector dot beta vector is equal to alpha vector and beta 1 vector minus alpha vector dot beta 2 vector. Okay, so alpha vector dot beta vector, that we are getting 6 minus 1 is equal to alpha vector dot beta 1 vector if we have to find. Okay, beta 1 vector if we have to find, which means we can replace this one what, alpha vector dot lambda times alpha vector. So आ जाएगा 5 by lambda is equal to magnitude of alpha square, because alpha dot alpha is what, magnitude of alpha square. So magnitude of alpha is what, 9 plus 1, we are getting root over 10, which means 5 by lambda is equal to 10. So that implies lambda value is equal to 1 by 2. From that we got the beta vector, and now beta vector is what, yeah, beta 1 vector, sorry, beta 1 vector we are getting alpha vector by 2, which means our beta 1 vector is half times 3 i cap plus j cap. Okay, beta 1 vector is what, half times 3 i cap plus j cap. अब हमें जो कैलकुलेट करना वो क्या करना है, बीटा 1 क्रॉस बीटा 2. हाउ वी विल गेट बीटा 1 क्रॉस बीटा 2, दैट वी हैव टू थिंक. So for that one information is we have that beta is equal to beta 1 minus beta 2. I'm going to take cross with beta 1. So beta vector cross beta 1 vector is equal to beta 1 vector cross with beta 1 vector minus beta 2 cross beta 1. Okay, So this thing obviously 0 we got, यानी कि beta vector cross beta 1 vector is equal to minus times, yeah we can say plus times we have beta 1 cross beta 2. So our target is what? We have to find beta cross beta 1. Okay, beta cross beta 1 we have to find now. So for that beta vector we have, beta vector is given in the question, that is 2 I cap minus j cap plus 3 k cap. Okay, and beta 1 vector we got alpha vector divided with 2, that is 3 I cap plus j cap of half times. Okay, so if I'm going to take cross, I'll get I cap, j cap, k cap. 2 minus 1 3. Okay, 3 1 0, and half we have outside. Okay, so half times we are getting I cap, which is minus of 3, minus of j cap, which we are getting minus of 9, and plus of k cap, we are getting 2 plus 3. Okay, so finally we got half times minus of 3 I cap plus 9 j cap plus 5 k cap. Okay, half times minus of 3 I cap plus 9 j cap plus 5 k cap, which means option number 2 is our correct answer. Okay, मूव करते हैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे, जो कि बहुत ही इजी क्वेश्चन है, एनसीईआरटी बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है. The question says a unit vector A we have which makes angle alpha pi by 3 with I cap, pi by 4 with j cap, okay, and theta with k cap. Then the value of theta is what? So we know that ki cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma be the direction cosines, are the direction cosines of a vector. Okay, because unit vector we have, so direction cosines we will choose. Now given alpha value is equal to pi by 3, beta value is given pi by 4, and gamma is our theta, and we know one relation, that is cos square alpha plus cos square beta and plus of cos square gamma is equal to 1. Substitute all the values. So cos of pi by 3 whole square we have, cos of pi by 4 whole square, and plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Cos pi by 3 we have 1 by 2, यानी कि 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 plus we have cos square theta is equal to 1, which means we are getting cos square theta is equal to 1 minus 1 by 2, that is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4, which is equal to 1 by 4 only, which means cos theta we are getting plus minus 1 by 2. Okay, given that theta belongs to what? 0 to pi only. Okay, which means two possibilities we have for this one, pi by 3 and 2 pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3 is our correct answer. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन हमारे पास है, द डिस्टेंस ऑफ ए पॉइंट, या डिस्टेंस ऑफ पॉइंट having position vector is given, that is minus of I cap plus 2 j cap plus 6 k cap from the straight line which passes through the point 2 comma 3 comma minus 4 and parallel to this one. So first one, so we will write equation of line. Okay, equation of line is what? X minus 2 by 6 is equal to y minus 3 by 3 is equal to z plus 4 by minus of 4. Okay, they are saying we have a line and we have a point P, that is minus 1 comma 2 comma 6, or we have to find this distance. Okay, to find this distance we need this point Q, and Q point we know that lies on this line, which means we can write Q point as 6 lambda plus 2, 3 lambda plus 3, and minus of 4 lambda plus minus of 4 lambda minus 4. This one we are saying equal to lambda. Now next step is what? Direction ratio of this line we have as 6 comma 3 comma minus of 4, which means we can say that this PQ vector is perpendicular to direction ratio of given line. Okay, तो आपके पास क्या आ जाएगा, PQ vector dot direction ratio is equal to 0. Apply this concept. So PQ vector, first one we will find. Okay, तो PQ vector which means Q minus P, so आ जाएगा क्या आपके पास 6 lambda and plus 3. Okay, 3 lambda plus 3 minus 2, so 3 lambda plus 3 minus 2 which means 3 lambda plus of 1, minus 4 lambda minus 4 and minus of 6 which means minus of 4 lambda minus 10 we are getting. Take the direction dot product with this one of this one, so we are getting 36 plus 18 plus 9, 36 lambda plus 18. Okay, 3 multiply with 3 lambda plus 1 which means we are getting 9 lambda plus 3 and plus 16 lambda and plus of 40 is equal to 0. Okay, so we are getting what, 36 plus 16, 2, 52 lambda plus 9 lambda is equal to, we have 43 minus of 43 minus 18. Okay, so we are getting from here 61 lambda is equal to minus of 61 which means lambda is equal to minus of 1. Okay, so the P point, the Q point is now what, minus 6 plus 2 यानी कि minus of 4, minus 3 plus 3 0 and 0, minus of 4 comma 0 comma 0 we are getting, and we need the distance between P and Q line. Okay, can we say कि magnitude of this one is our answer only, है ना, otherwise you can calculate distance also, no problem. So if I'm going to calculate distance between P and Q, minus 4 plus 1 whole square, okay, 0 minus 2 whole square plus 0 minus 6 whole square and root we have. Okay, so we are getting what, root over 9 plus 4 plus 36 which means we are getting root over 49 which is equal to 7 as answer. Okay, so answer of this question we have 7. Next question we have, that is volume of parallelepiped. Okay, now what is the formula of volume of parallelepiped? Okay, that is important for us. So volume we know that box of ABC we have, volume of parallelepiped box of A vector, B vector and C vector. So given that the sides are what, 1 plus lambda I cap plus k cap, j cap plus lambda k cap and lambda I cap plus k cap. So just find the volume. We are getting 1 lambda 1, 0 1 lambda and lambda 0 and 1. Okay, that is our volume, and that volume we need what, minimum. For that we have to find value of lambda. So first one, if I'm going to solve this determinant, I'll get 1 minus 0 minus of lambda, okay, 0 minus lambda square plus of 1 we are getting minus of lambda. Okay, volume we have, that means positive always we will get, which means we have 1 plus lambda cube minus of lambda. Okay, so now if we need maximum and minimum value of this one, obviously volume we have, that means lambda cube minus lambda plus 1, that always positive we have. Okay, needs to be positive only. Now we are going to differentiate this one, so dv by d lambda, which means we are getting 3 lambda square minus of 1 equal to 0, which means lambda square is equal to 1 by 3, and possible values of lambda we are getting plus and minus 1 by root 3. Okay, plus and minus 1 by root 3. Okay, so if I'm going with number line, I'll get minus of 1 by root 3 here and 1 by root 3 here. Any value which is greater to 1 by 3, I'm getting positive, negative and positive sign. which means first one we have increasing, then decreasing and increasing. What they are asking, minimum. So minimum obviously we are getting 1 at 1 by root 3, which means option number 1 is our correct answer. Otherwise you can go with double differentiation also. Double differentiation also we can follow. Okay. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन हमारे पास है कि a vector is given to us and b vector is also given. Be the two vectors. If vector, okay, if a vector perpendicular to both the vectors a vector plus b vector and a vector minus b vector has the magnitude 12, then one such vector is what? A vector which is perpendicular to two vectors. Okay, now that concept we have to use. A vector which is perpendicular to given two vectors, which means a vector cross b vector lambda times. Okay, now lambda times a vector cross b vector. Okay, so that concept we will use here, which means our required vector is what? Lambda times a vector plus b vector cross with a vector minus b vector. Okay, given that magnitude of this one is what? 12. So that we will find, so c vector we are saying this one. So c vector we are getting lambda times a vector plus b vector is what? 4 I cap plus 4j cap. Okay, cross with a minus b, which means we are getting 2 I cap and plus of 4 k cap lambda times. Sorry, not lambda times, lambda we have outside. So we have to take now cross of 4 we can take common, and from that we can take 2 also common. So we are getting c vector is equal to 4 to the 8 lambda times I plus j cross with I plus 2k. Okay, take this cross product. So I cap, j cap and k cap, 1 1 0 and 1 0 2 we are getting. So I cap we have 2 minus 0 minus of j cap we are getting 2 minus 0, and the plus of k cap we are getting 0 minus 1. Okay, which means 2 I cap minus 2 j cap and minus of k cap we have. तो c वेक्टर जो हमारे पास आ रहा है वो दैट इज 8 लैम्डा टाइम्स 2 I cap minus 2 j cap and minus of k cap है, और इसका जो मैग्नीट्यूड है वो आपके किसके इक्वल है? 12 के. तो मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ दिस वन, magnitude of c is given 12, which means we have 8 magnitude of lambda root over 4 plus 1 is equal to 12. Okay, so magnitude of lambda we are getting 12 divided with 8 multiply with 3, that is 1 by 2. Okay, so lambda की दो possible values आ गई यहाँ पे, और these possible values are what? Lambda is equal to plus and minus 1 by 2 we have. Okay, lambda is equal to plus and minus 1 by 2 we have. Okay, so such vector if we need, so you can substitute this value of lambda as 1 by 2. Okay, in this one. So in this one, if I'm going to substitute lambda value as a plus or minus 1 by 2, I'll get 2 I cap minus 2 j cap. देखो एक ऑप्शन यहाँ पे मैच हो रहा है, ये 2 I cap minus 2 j cap minus k cap, which means option number 4 is our correct answer. Okay, मूव करते हैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे. In the next question they said कि alpha belongs to R we have and 3 vectors we have, a vector, b vector and c vector, such that alpha is what? कि alpha are the values where a vector, b vector and c vector is what? Coplanar. Coplanar means box of ABC is what? 0. Okay, box of a vector, b vector and c vector needs to be 0. चलिए, तो box if we are going to find, which means determinant we have, तो alpha 1 3 2 1 minus of alpha and alpha minus 2 and 3 is equal to 0 we have, which means we are getting alpha 3 minus 2 alpha minus of 1 6 plus alpha square, and the plus of 3 we have that we are getting minus 4 minus alpha is equal to 0. Okay, so we have 3 alpha minus 2 alpha square minus 6 minus alpha square minus 12 minus of 3 alpha is equal to 0. So we are getting minus of 3 alpha square This 3 alpha and minus of 3 alpha cancel out. We are getting minus of 18 is equal to 0, which means minus of 3 alpha square is equal to 18. Minus of 3 alpha is 3 alpha square is equal to 18, which is not possible, right? Because a square cannot be negative. So option number 4 is our correct answer for this question. Okay, thank you.